Hello beautiful yogis, welcome to today's video. I'm going to guide you through a Vinyasa Flow sequence, and we're going to be focusing on the strength in our shoulders and the upper back, as well as some balancing poses. Some of the poses today are a little bit more challenging, so if you can't quite yet master them, just know that those poses we're going to try today do need a lot of strength and some prerequisites that we need to build with practice. So if it doesn't work out the way you're hoping it's going to work out for you today, just know that you can always come back onto your mat and practice over and over again, creating that strength and the skills to master the poses eventually. Okay, so before we're going to step on the mat, I would like to ask you a little favor. As we are in times where I cannot physically teach my students face-to-face, I really do hope that these videos help you through some difficult times you're maybe facing at home. If these videos help you, please, all you need to do to support me is give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to this channel, even recommend it to your friends and families, and it would mean a lot to me if you could leave a comment and just let me know how you like those videos, which videos you would like to see coming in the future, so that I can do my part to keep our community connected as best as possible. All right, take 2 blocks and a blanket, and then let's hop on the mat and let's flow, balance, and build some strength. All right, we're going to start our flow in a wide-legged child's pose. So go ahead, come down onto your mat, bring your knees as wide as the mat and the big toes to touch, and then walk your fingertips forward, coming all the way down onto your elbows, reaching the fingertips away from your body, releasing the head forward and down towards the floor. See if you can keep your hips back towards the heels so that you can keep that natural curve in your lower back here. Fingers are relaxed. You can move the head a little bit side to side, just give you a gentle massage here on the forehead. And then take a few breaths here. Find that connection of your body and your mind, grounding before we start to move. So taking a few breaths in through the nose. As you exhale out, soften through all the parts in your body. Just staying here, becoming aware of the connection of our breath with the movements of our chest right now. Taking one more full round of breath here. Letting the hips sink heavy. And then on your inhale, just come up onto your fingertips, lift the elbows off the mat, and then draw your shoulders back a little. Keep the hips heavy down towards the floor, and then just lift your head off, crawl the fingertips even more forward, and then suck your shoulder blades back into their sockets, just finding a little bit of extension here through the arms, finding that length in your spine, and then you may want to just sway your rib cage a little bit side to side here, creating that length in our spinal column. Just feels so good at the beginning of our practice. Good. One more breath here. And then go ahead, just walk your hands up towards your body. Come into hero pose. So if you have any injuries on your knees, or if you've had any injuries on your knees, just go ahead, take a block lengthwise, and then bring it between your ankles and sit down on your block. All right, so just slide the block into a position that you can support your hips. Depending on the severeness of your knee injuries, you might want to come up on 2 blocks here. Now, we're going to begin warming up through our thighs. So what we want to do constantly as we're sitting in this hero Virasana pose is pressing the tops of the toes down. So by pressing the tops of the toes down, we're actually giving a signal to our ankles of not stopping the blood flow and keeping that blood flowing and engaged. And at the same time, we're keeping it a little bit more buoyant. Instead of dumping all the weight into our heels and the ankles, we're engaging those big muscles in our thighs to keep us a little bit more off with the weight completely dumping into that joint in your ankle. All right, so from here, let's turn on our thighs by pressing down into the toes, and then suck your navel back so that your lower spine can elongate here. And then take your arms out to the sides as at the height of your shoulders, fingertips are active. And then immediately here we're going to open through the shoulder joints a little bit and find a little bit of extension in the back of our upper body by coming into eagle pose. So crossing the right arm over the left, crossing at your elbows, and then bend your elbows so that your palms are facing back. If your shoulders are super, super tight, you might just want to go ahead and hug the outsides of your shoulders. If you're a little bit more flexible, you might come into a double bind. If it's just a single bind, make fists, press the forearms against each other. If the hands wrap around, also press the palms against each other. So we're still working hard, pressing the toes down. Now here we want to lift the elbows up to approximately shoulder height and then press the hands away from your face. Take a nice deep breath in here, finding a little bit of length through your spine. And then on your exhale, make sure the shoulders stay away from the ears. Nice. Just one more breath in here. Elbows lift, hands away from the face. And on your exhale, just release, wrap your hands around and find that stretch in the back of your shoulders. Neck drops to the chin. Good. Inhale, open the arms up. And on your exhale again, find that buoyancy, press the tops of the toes down, thighs work hard. On your exhale, crossing your arms, this time left over right, bend the elbows. Hold your shoulders, make fists pressing only the forearms against each other so that the shoulder joints are activated, or wrap twice, finding a double bind here, pressing forearms against each other and palms against each other. Elbows lift, hands away from the face, shoulders relax, navel draws to the back. Good, stay here, just breathe with me. Inhale, maybe lifting elbows up a little higher, press the hands a little further away, forward, shoulders relaxed. Legs work hard, one last breath. And on your exhale, release, hold the outsides of your shoulders, chin drops. And take a deep breath into your upper back. Inhale, come back up to center. Now bend your arms at your elbows, come into this goalpost cactus shape with your arms. We're just going to do a few rounds of seated cat-cow variations here. So on your exhale, bring the elbows together, chin to chest. Inhale, open the chest, slight back bend, open up. Exhale, try to keep your elbows in line with your shoulder as you roll down here, creating space between the shoulder blades. On your inhale, light arch in the back, open your chest, push your sternum up. Neck is relaxed. Exhale, just one more. Elbows come to touch. Inhale, find that length in the front body, fingers are active. And then exhale, just release your hands back down. Now I want you to stretch your arms out. Press your right palm away from you. Keep the shoulder joint pulling back. Then take your left hand and pull. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see a little bit better. So the shoulder stays back and we're just pressing the palms against each other, finding that stretch into the right wrist all the way, maybe into the forearm here. Okay? One more breath. And on your exhale, just flip so that your palm is facing you. Take the left hand to the front of your right hand and then stretch here. See if you can feel that stretch in your top of the right hand, the wrist, right shoulder is still pulling back here. Maybe we're still buoyant, keeping a little bit more action in our thighs, and then just shake your right hand out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Left palm pushes forward, tuck your shoulder back, take your right hand connecting the palms, find that stretch, really finding that stretch all along the wrist and into the forearm here. Good. On your exhale, release that. Pull the palm towards each other, towards your face. And then take your right hand to the top of the left hand. Shoulder is still pulling back. And then press so that you can feel the stretch in the top of your left hand here. Maybe still pressing the toes down. Navel draws back to the spine. Nice long in the spine. And then shaking both hands out. If you've been on the block, just move the block to the side here. Set your hands down. And then step your legs back, coming into a wide downward dog. Now pedal your feet here, bring that blood flow back into your ankles. Just a few rounds. Maybe you need to take the foot up, circle it a little bit, and the other one as well. Just whatever you need to do here to make those ankles feel better again. Now keeping the feet really nice and wide in your downward dog, you can bend the knees if the hamstrings are tight. Fingers spread nice and wide, neck is relaxed, gaze is back towards the knees. And then see if you can, by pedaling the feet here, see if you can bend the hips a little bit more side to side. Gentle movements here. Grounding down through the fingertips, shoulders away from the ears. Navel draws to the spine, hips reach up high. Now see if you can come into your wide-legged downward dog. Maybe the fingers walk a little bit back so that you can feel that nice extension in the back of your legs. 2 breaths here. Shoulders rotate outwards away from the ears. 1 last breath. And then walk your hands back at the same time. Turn your toes out. Keep the heels on the mat, toes spill off the mat. Bend into your knees and come down into your yogi squat, Malasana. Palms together in front of your heart. See if you can press down firmly through your feet. Lift your chest and drop your hips, creating that oppositional force of your elbows and the insides of your knees here. Crown reaches up. Tailbone reaches down, gaze is out diagonally in front of you. Just 1 more breath here, working in your hips, maybe a little sway side to side. That's it. On your exhale, plant your hands back down, turn your toes back towards the front, walk back into your downward facing dog here. Now bring the feet to hip width distance. Lifting up on your heels, onto your toes, lift the heels up. Exhale, push your chest back. Now press down 1 heel. Keep the right knee bent, press down the left heel. And really push into the heel that's on the floor. That's it. Find that nice extension, that stretch in the back of your left hamstring. Neck is relaxed. 1 more breath. Inhale, lifting up both heels, switching sides, push the right heel down, left knee bends generously here, neck stays relaxed, shoulders pull back towards the hips, fingers spread nice and wide, press them down into the floor. 1 more breath here, pressing down through the right heel on your exhale. Inhale, lifting up both the toes, onto the toes, and then look forward, and just in tiny little steps, walk up all the way to your forward fold, hip width distance here, knees can bend generously, neck and head relaxed. Maybe hold the outside edge of your elbows, sway a little bit side to side here.
Release the hands back down, chin to the chest. Good bend in the knees here, pressing down through all corners of your feet. We're beginning to roll up into Tadasana, mountain pose, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae until you're standing up all the way, lifting the head last. Tadasana, mountain pose. Pull your heels in towards each other, slight bend in the knees, shoulders back and down, fingers active. Inhale and reach the arms diagonally forward. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Inhale, reach the arms, alternating left and right. Create some length in your spine here. Legs are active by pulling the heels in. All right, shoulders drop again on your next exhale. Hinge from your hips, come forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms down, step back into your plank pose. Knees, chest, chin down to the floor. Bend your elbows backwards, close to your body. Inhale, untuck the toes, cobra pose. Elbows pull back and together. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Send your hips back. Come into downward facing dog. 3 breaths. In downward facing dog, you can pedal your feet if that feels nice. Fingers spread nice and wide. Nice long line from the wrist to the tailbone. Head relaxed. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. Lift your right leg up. Keep it in line with your hip. Look forward, shift your weight forward, and then step your right leg up in between your hands. Back heel rises high and up, low lunge here. If the earth feels a little bit too far away, you can always come up onto your blocks here. Make sure the long line in the spine stays throughout the whole practice, all right? Now, press the feet away from each other. Engage your left kneecap. Press your right heel forward and down away from you. Maybe sink a little deeper into your front hip. Left hand comes down. Inhale, reach the right arm up, come into your easy twist. Pull everything together into an imaginary midline as if your inner thighs had magnets. Right fingertips are active. Shoulders relaxed here. Neck is loose, can move up or down, your choice. 1 deep inhale here. Exhale, maybe sink a little deeper. That's it. Next exhale, plant both hands down again. Spin the back heel down, coming into a 45-degree angle. On your next inhale, left arm reaches up, and with the strength of our legs, we bring our torso up into warrior 2. Make sure your right knee is over the right ankle. Arms are in line with your shoulders. Strong pose here, legs pushing away from each other, fingertips active, shoulders relaxed. That's it. Now reach your right arm up, left arm down, coming into cross arms. Rotate your left arm, make a big movement, flip the top of your hand, and then connect your hand in between your back as high as it can go. Few movements here with your right shoulder, opening the right shoulder joint, and then reach your right hands. Maybe you can hook the fingers, otherwise do the modification, okay, which I'm going to show you in a little extra video here on the side. Now, the elbows want to point up and down. Strong in the legs here. On your next inhale, extend the right knee. Exhale, sink low. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Inhale, extend. One more time. Exhale, bend. Release your right arm. Slowly release the left arm. Come back into your warrior 2. Sink nice and deep. Press the legs away from each other here. That's it. Now extend the front leg again. Reach through your right fingertips. Bend at the right hip, pushing the left hips back. And then hinging out of your waist. Come into your triangle pose. Feet firmly press away from each other. Press down the big toe mount on your right foot into the floor. You can use your right hand as leverage here to open the left shoulder up a little bit more. Right hip tucks back. You can have the hands on the inside of the leg, the outside, or maybe you're just a little bit higher up here. Try to find length from the crown of your head over the left side body into your hips. Gaze is down or up, whatever your balance and your neck is telling you to do is just perfect. One more breath here. And then on your exhale, bend into the front knee, bring the hands back down, come back into your lunge, step back to your plank pose, knees down, chest and chin down, elbows bent backwards, untuck the toes, inhale, cobra, keep the belly drawing in, and on your exhale, back to downward facing dog. Nice 3 breaths here. Can move the hips a little side to side, bend the knees as much as you need. Neck relaxed. Rise up onto your toes. Next inhale, lift the left leg back and up. Keep it in line with your spine. Push the chest back. Gaze forward, bend the knee to the chest, and then lightly step it up in between your hands. Right heel reaches high up, engage. The right leg, kneecap is engaged. Left ankle over the front heel. And then from here, as we inhale, bring the right fingertips to the floor. Open your left arm up, come into your easy twist. Keep that nice extension in your spine. Tuck your left hip back. Press the legs firmly away from each other. Maybe sink a little deeper. Neck can look, or gaze can be up or down. Left fingertips engaged. Find length through the crown of your head. And then on your inhale, bring your left hand down. Pivot your right heel down to the floor, 45 degrees. Inhale, reach the right arm up and press through the legs to lift into your warrior two. Adjust your feet here. Make sure front knee is over the ankle. Shoulders in line with your fingertips. Fingertips in line with the shoulders. Gaze to the left fingertips. That's it. Legs working hard, pressing away from each other here. Reach the left arm up. Right arm reaches down. Big swimming movement with your right arm. Flip the top of the hand, bring it behind your shoulder blade. Reach up as high as possible. A few mobilizing movements here for your left shoulder joint. Keep the legs working hard. That's it. And then reach over and find that connection, hooking the fingers into each other, or make fists, or any other modification that works for you. Good. Take a deep breath in here. Elbows are pointing up and down. That's it. Inhale, extend the front leg. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Release the left arm. Carefully release the right. Reach your arms back out, come into warrior two. Take a deep inhale here. Drop the shoulders. Exhale, release, soften. Inhale, extend out of the front leg. Prepare for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Hinging from your left hip crease. Reaching the left hands forward. The right hip presses back. And then we circle the arms down. Left fingertips to the floor. Right fingertips reach up. Now hands to the inside or outside of your front leg, maybe on a block. Or you could use the top of your left hand to press against the inside of your left foot, left leg, to dial your right shoulder a little bit more open. Shine the heart forward. Press the legs firmly away from each other. Press the big left toe into the mat. Fingers active here. Find length from your hip all the way to the crown of your head. Breathe here. Strong pose. Legs working hard, pressing away from each other.
Right shoulder dials back. One more breath. On your exhale, bend into the front knee, frame the front foot, step back into your plank pose. Knees down, chest and chin down. Inhale, cobra, toes point back, tailbone is nice and long, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay in your downward dog for 5 breaths, or come into child's pose whenever you feel like coming into a more resting posture in between our vinyasas, in between the flows. Neck relaxed, fingers spread wide, shoulders rotate away from the ears, belly draws to the spine, hips reach up high. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, look forward. Walk or step your foot up into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Sweep the arms out and up. Come into your standing pose. Exhale. Hands together in front of the chest, shoulders relaxed, close your eyes, breathe in deep, exhale out. Blink the eyes open, slight bend in the knees, shoulders roll back, fingertips down, heels draw in towards each other. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. On your exhale, come forward and down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back into your plank pose. Now either knees, chest, chin down, or flow through your chaturanga. Come forward, bend the elbows backwards. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come up high onto your toes. Reach the right leg back and up in line with your hip. Exhale, bring the knee up towards the nose. Shift the weight over the wrists. Hold it here. Squeeze the heel up higher. And look forward. Exhale, step the right leg up in between your hands. Preparing for high lunge. Press the feet away. Left heel lifts really high off the floor. Become light on the fingertips. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. You can keep the torso diagonally forward, bending right knee over the ankle. Pull those inner thighs inward to that imaginary midline, fingertips active. That's it. Send your arms out, coming back to our eagle arms. Right over left. Interlace once or twice. Inhale, coming into a back bend. If your lower back is fine, press the legs away from each other. Lift the elbows, hands push away. Good. Strong pose here. Shoulders relaxed. Jaw is soft. Exhale, coming into a variation of humble warrior, reaching forward and down. Keep the legs pressing away from each other. Maybe the right shoulder connects to the right knee. Strong pose here. Everything draws into the midline. Feet press away from each other. That's it. Inhale. Come back up. And coming into our warrior 3 with eagle arms. So shift the weight forward. Gently lift the left leg up. Come into your warrior 3 here. Keep the hips square. Gentle bend, micro bend in the right knee. That's it. Find your gaze, your drishti. Press to the balls of your left foot. And inhale.
Bring the left knee forward and up. Release your arms. Hold the top of your left knee. Pull it up as high as possible to your chest. Shoulders relaxed here. Circle the left ankle. And very slowly release. Tadasana, mountain pose. Immediately back into your flow. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, put your hands down to the floor. Step, walk, or jump back into your plank pose. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga or cobra. Up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. In and out of your nose. Shoulders away from the ears. Neck loose. One more deep breath in. Rising up onto the toes, lift the left leg back and up. Exhale, draw the nose to the knee to the nose. Shift your weight forward, heel comes up closer to the buttocks. Look forward and gently step your left leg in between your hands. Come up high onto the toes of the right foot. Press the legs away from each other as we inhale, come up into your high lunge. Exhale, shoulders relaxed, legs working hard. Arms open out, navel draws to the spine. Left crosses over right arm. Intertwine if you can once or twice. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, hands away from the face. Shoulders soft. Good. Coming into your back arch. Lifting the elbows up. Press the hands away. Feet pressing away. Sink deep into your front knee. Exhale, reach your torso forward. Come into your humble warrior variation. Left outside shoulder connects to the left knee. Elbows press away. Strong pose here. Good. Inhale, lifting up. Coming into your warrior 3. Lift the right leg up. Come onto the weight of the left leg. Micro bend in the left leg here. Square your hips. Ball of the right foot is pointing back. Right leg is super active. Find your balance. Your drishti, your focus point. Press your forearms against each other. Navel draws to the spine. One more breath. Inhale, bend into the left knee. Bring the right leg all the way up. One-legged Tadasana. Release your arms. Interlace your hands around the right knee. Pull the right knee up as high as possible. And exhale, slowly release. Relax your arms. Close your eyes for a moment here. Catch your breath. And notice the space we've created in the hips, the shoulders. Take 2 more breaths here. Coming into chair pose from here, I'm going to turn towards you so you can see a little bit better. Keep the feet hip width distance, okay? And then bring a bend into your knees, sinking the hips lower. Make sure your knees don't cross the line of your toes here. Inhale, reaching the arms forward and up. Keep a nice diagonal in your spine, okay? Draw the heels in towards each other. So again, pulling the thighs in towards each other, engaging the legs. Fingertips are active here. Shoulders are soft, and then draw your lower spine
lower your navel towards the lower spine. So taking that arch out of your lower back. Neck is nice and soft here. Now see if you can come up onto your toes, heels draw in, sit a little deeper. Keep the heels drawing in towards each other, exhale a little deeper. One more breath in, extension through the fingertips, exhale a little deeper. On your next exhale, come into your toe squat. Bring your palms together in front of your chest. That's it. Stay here, relax your shoulders, find your balance. Balancing on your toes. One more breath in here. Exhale out. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly come back into chair pose. So reach the arms forward and up. And then very slowly, on the count of 5, we're coming up into chair pose. 5, 4, 3, connect the heels back down. 4, 5. Shoulders relaxed, sit nice and deep in your chair. Round, take the rounding out of your lower back, no arching here, fingertips active. Press all your weight into your left foot. Bring the right foot up. Catch a hold of your front leg. Now, preparing for Garudasana, eagle pose. Tree pose is a really great prepping pose for the actual eagle pose. So take your hands to your hips, open your leg out, keep your hips pointing forward, and then connect your right foot either to the ankle, the shin, or use a little bit of guidance with your hand and connect your right foot to the inner left thigh. Little micro bend in the standing leg, and then pressing the sole of the foot and the inner thigh firmly against each other. Think of your pelvis tilting back, so the tailbone is drawing down. Pelvis shifts, lifts up in the front a little bit. Press the legs in against each other. You can come into prayer pose here. Keep the hands at the hips. Make sure the hip bones are still pointing forward. Or you can bring your hands up into the air. And it is not a static pose here, so if you're moving a little bit, that's completely okay. Take another breath in here. Exhale, hands back to the hips. Take your right leg out in front of you. And then straighten your right foot forward. Push through the ball of the foot. Keep the hips level for 3, 2, 1. And slowly lower the feet back down. Move your hips a little bit side to side. That's it. Now I'm going to show you the same thing from the side again. So coming into chair pose once more. Feet hip width distance. Bring your hips back, tilt from your upper torso, then bend into your knees, reach the arms forward. Fingertips are activated here, arms are engaged. Pull the heels in towards each other, draw the navel to the spine, shoulders relaxed, neck is free to move here. Imagine your inner thighs are pulling in towards each other. That's it. Good. We're just gonna stay here in our chair pose, sink a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale once more. Sink a little deeper. And then shift your weight into your right leg. Bring the left leg up. Catch a hold of your left knee. And then bring your hands to your hips. Open your left knee out to the side. Remember, the hip bones stay facing forward. So just take the limitation of your hips very seriously here, okay? Just go to the extension that you're capable of moving your range of motion in your hips. Now connecting your left foot wherever it can go, never onto the knee joint. Pressing foot and right leg into each other, micro bend in the right knee, shoulders relaxed, hands at the hips, at the heart or straight up. Slight tuck in your pelvis, tailbone draws down, lift it up. That's it. Fingers still active. Breath is as natural as possible. Exhale once more. Soften your jaw, your face. Inhale, reach a little bit higher. Hands back to the hips. Now release your left leg. Push through the ball of your left foot. This is good for your core, okay? Now hold here. Press through your left leg. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and very slowly release your leg down. Move your hips a little bit side to side here. That's it. All right. We're gonna flow through one more vinyasa. Come to the front of your mat again. Heels draw in, big toes touch, or feet touch, or hip width distance. Your choice. Shoulders roll up and back. Close your eyes, take a breath. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, hinge from your hips, come forward and down. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down. Now step, walk, or jump into your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths in your down dog. Neck is relaxed, fingers open nice and wide. Hips push back, chest pushes back, hips lift up high, shoulders rotate away from the ears, elbow creases shining forward. One more deep breath here. Now from here we want to come into dolphin dog, so you could just bend both elbows at the same time, lower them down, coming into your dolphin dog, or you could take one hand at a time. Keep the forearms as parallel as possible and push the chest back. That's it. Press your forearms firmly away from you. And then walk your feet back, coming into your dolphin forearm plank. That's it. Heels push back. Push the shoulder blades up. Shift your shoulders over your elbows. Navel draws to the spine. Neck is relaxed here. We stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your feet back up a little bit. Now you can go ahead and interlace your hands. Pinkies are parallel. Keep the shoulders and the elbows at the same distance. Walk your feet up. Push your chest back. Knees can bend here if necessary. Inhale, pushing through the right ball of your foot. Lift your right leg up. Push the chest back. Exhale, slowly lower the right leg back down. Inhale, left leg lifts. Push through the ball of your left foot. Push the chest back. Exhale, coming back down. We're going for swimming dolphin. Set your feet a little bit more back. Now you can either stay here or we're going to do 3 rounds. Try to do them as clean as possible or always come back to your dolphin plank or dolphin dog. Swimming dolphin or dolphin push-ups. Come forward. Shift your weight forward. Exhale. Push back. Hips lift. Inhale. Coming forward. Shift your weight over your fingers. Exhale. Push back to dolphin dog. 1 more. Inhale, come forward. Hold here. Come a little lower. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, push back, dolphin dog. Release your arms. Come back to your dolphin plank. Walk your feet in place. A little bit more back on the mat. Dolphin plank, this is where we create our strength. Stick with me if you can. Navel draws to the spine. Heels kick back. Shift the shoulders over the elbows. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your belly down. Coming into Sphinx pose. Untuck the toes. Elbows stay under the shoulders. Lift the chest forward. Tailbone is still nice and long. Navel draws to the spine. Press your hands down and away from you. Look over your right shoulder. Back to center over your left on your exhale. Back to center. And then exhale. Release your whole body down. Reach your hands back in line with your body. Feet a little bit wider than hip width distance. Palms facing your legs. Shavasana, locust pose. On your inhale, press your toes firmly into the mat. Engage your kneecaps. That's it. Now from here, lift out from the inner thighs. Push the balls of your feet back. Navel draws to the spine. Pubic bone lifts, presses down into the floor. Inhale, lifting your chest, your head, your shoulders, your arms. Fingers active. All the muscles in the body are working. Shoulders roll back towards each other. Pinky fingers reach up. Stay here. Breathe. For 3. For 2. Maybe lift a little higher. And exhale. Make a cushion with your hands under your forehead. Move your hips a little bit side to side. Bring your hands next to your chest. Coming back from here into plank pose. You can tuck the knees, bring the knees down to the floor, or press up straight to plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your last chance for a Vinyasa Flow here. You can look forward and then step, walk, or lightly jump to the front of your mat. Gazes forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root your feet down. Inhale, open your arms flat back. Lift up into standing. Reach your arms all the way up, slight back bend. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Close your eyes. Notice your heartbeat against your thumbs. And notice the energy running through your veins, your blood. All your cells are full of energy. Take one more breath in here. Exhale it all out, release the arms. Inhale, blink your eyes open. Coming into Garudasana, eagle pose. And from there into a little arm balance. So I'm going to show you from different angles. So first, standing towards you, bring the big toes closer towards each other. Leave some space between your heels, okay? Now bend your knees as if you were going into chair pose. Arms come out to the sides. And then bring your weight into your left standing leg. Lift your right leg up and then cross it over. Maybe just pressing the outside edges of your feet, of your legs against each other. The foot may just dangle here. If you have the flexibility, you may be able to hook the toes of your right foot around your left calf. All right. Now the right leg is up, means the right arm comes down, crossing again, coming into your eagle arm, or a variation that we have touched on earlier. Now here, make sure your hips are not spilling, especially your right hip and right shoulder are not splaying towards the front. So tuck your right hip back Tuck your right shoulder back. Now press your forearms firmly against each other. Find your focus, your drishti. Press your legs against each other. Really create that space in your hip and shoulder joints. Now you can stay here, lift your elbows, push your arms away. Just stay in eagle pose here. Or come into a sleeping eagle, reaching the elbows over your knees. Squeezing everything into the midline. Together. Keep your balance here. And if you fall out of it, no problem. Just come back into it, wrapping the arms around again. Keep that gaze, that focus. That's it. One more breath. Maybe tuck that right hip back again. On your exhale, release the feet and then slide the right foot to the outside of the left. Release the arms. Now here, we're going to come into our crow pose. So I'm just going to turn so you can see better from the side. The pinky toes are next to each other. We're bringing the hands down to the floor. The knees open out. We're staying on the tiptoes, so the knees reach out, right knee to the right, left to the left. Bring your hands down to the floor and then try to connect your knees as high up towards your biceps as possible and as much as the flexibility of your hamstrings and hips allow. Gazes forward, and then with crossed legs here, see if you can come into your crow pose. Keep your balance. Spread the fingers wide. Exhale, release. Maybe come down a little slower. Unravel your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, root to rise. Oops. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a breath here. Blink your eyes open. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to show you from the side. Okay? Hands at the hips. Begin to bend your knees. Reach your arms out to the front and the side. Now, bring the big toes to touch again. Come down as if you were sitting into your chair pose. And then weighting to the right leg, lift your left leg up. Wrap your left leg around once or twice. Make sure your hip and your shoulder on the left side are not coming too far to the front. So once you have that hook around your calf, once or twice, press the outside edges of your feet and the inner thighs towards each other, creating that inward energy here. Good. Now, left arm under right. Find your eagle arms on this side. Shoulders are relaxed, elbows lift, hands away from the face. Now you can always stay here, work on creating that strength, that endurance, or if you want to come into your sleeping eagle, hinge from your hips, coming forward, keep that focus point, that drishti, keep your balance, keep pressing the forearms against each other, everything draws in and together. We breathe for 2, for 1. Slowly release the bind of your feet. Slide your left foot to the outside of your right. Release your hands here. Coming into your arm balance, or if you choose to skip, just stay here in your cross-legged forward fold, finding extension in the back of your leg. If you're going for the arm balance, come up high onto your toes, knees spill out again. Set your palms down, connect your knees as high as possible onto your triceps, lean forward, gazes forward, shoulders press up, fingertips press down, draw your navel to the spine, and then lift your feet off the floor. Breathe here. Point your toes,
Exhale, release your feet, come back down, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then on your next exhale, find a seat on your mat. We're going to come into Janu Sheersh-Asana, head to knee pose. So from here, bring your left leg out to the side, connecting the inner sole of your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Now, point your toes straight up on the left foot. Rotate your legs slightly inwards and then press through the ball of your feet. On your inhale, reach your right arm up. On your both arms up. On your exhale, tilt over your left leg. Now begin to press the edge of your right foot firmly down into the floor as well as you come forward and down. Maybe just connecting the fingertips to the floor. Keep that nice long line in your spine. Keep your sternum pushing forward, shoulders relaxed. Lengthening through the crown of your head. One breath here. On your exhale, let gravity take over. Hold whatever you can hold on your left foot. And then come all the way down into your head to knee pose as much as possible. Keep your hands around wherever you can catch of your left leg. And relax, release, breathe. With every inhale, find more extension, and with every exhale, see if you can let go of something else. A muscle, the jaw, the shoulders, a thought. Inhale, bring the fingertips back down to the floor and slowly roll up into your seat. Okay. Now from here, what we're going to do is take your left foot over the right knee and then come up onto both knees, stacking the knees in front of each other. I'm just going to scooch back a little. Now flex your feet and sit back in between your heels, stacking the knees on top of each other, coming into cow face pose. Now what you want to do here is keep the knees in line with your navel, okay? Make sure you're not sitting on your heels or your ankles. Keep the feet nice and flexed to protect your knees here. That's it. And then from here, we're not going to add the cross arms. We're just gonna sit here. Maybe you can already feel the stretch in your hip. And then on your exhale, see if we can walk the fingertips forward and come forward and down. Maybe resting on your left leg. If you have your blocks nearby, you might want to rest your forehead on the blocks. Breathe here. Surrender, let go. One more breath. Bring the fingertips back, slowly come back into your seat. Now we're coming into downward facing dog towards the back of your mat, so take your hands to the right side and then spin onto your feet, lift the hips up. Come into your downward facing dog. That's it. Move your hips a little bit side to side. Pedal your feet if you need to. Just any movement to release the hips and the lower back. Exhale, bring the knees back down. Sit back down.
Head to knee pose on the other side, Sheersh-Asana. Left sole connects to the inside of the right leg. Right leg is active, kneecap is engaged, ball of the right foot pushes away. Reach the arms up on your inhale. Exhale, tilt over your right leg. And then reach forward. Stay here. Press the edge of your left foot firmly down and away from you. Find length at first here. Maybe moving the spine a little bit side to side. Keep active with the whole right leg. One more breath, finding that length through your front torso. And then on your exhale, reach for whatever you can reach. And exhale. Let gravity take over, coming down into your fold. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the outside of the lower back. Breathe. One more breath. Bring your hands back, walk them towards you as you sit up. Now go ahead, take your right leg and cross it over your left. Come up onto your knees here, and then I'm just going to position myself back onto the mat. Splay your feet out away from you, flex your feet, and then begin to sit down in between your heels. Of course, if this is difficult, painful in the knees, come out of this pose, just come into your easy cross-legged position like this, okay? Or you could come into a butterfly pose, cobbler's pose, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet touching, working on extending your spine here. If you're still with me in the shoelace pose or a cow face pose, okay? We have the feet out to the side, so we're not sitting on our ankles. Knees are stacked in line with our navel. Flex the feet to protect the knees a little bit here. And then inhale, sit up nice and tall. And on your exhale, sending your sternum forward, keeping that nice long line in your spine. And then on your exhale, releasing. Maybe you're holding onto your feet here. Maybe you're resting your head on a block again. Here or here. Or maybe you're just connecting your belly to your thigh. Shoulders relaxed, jaw soft. Breathe here. Last breath. Coming back up onto your fingertips. Bring the hands to the left side. Spin onto the outside edges of your feet. Come onto your toes and then send it back into downward facing dog. This time again facing towards the front of your mat. Pedal your feet. Now I can definitely say there's more space in my joints, in the hips, than when we started this practice. Not sure about you, but I can definitely feel a difference. Come down onto your knees. Now we're going to go for our last active dynamic asana. We're going to do Eagle Gomukhasana crunches. So join me, come and lie down on your back. Bring your arms out to the sides and then lifting the knees so that the knees are in line, stacked over your hips. If you're able to bind your legs, go ahead, take your right leg over, hook it underneath your left, or just come into crossed legs here. If you're hooking again, remember drawing the legs in towards each other, pressing everything against each other. Now bring the arms up, crossing right under left. Come into your eagle arms. Now Gomukhasana crunches are quite challenging, so we're just going to do 6. I want you to do them nice and clean. I want you to keep your breath, and then we're going to be done with this faster than you can think. All right, on your inhale, lift knees and elbows together, connect. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Exhale, reach. Inhale, squeeze everything together. Exhale, reach. Last one, squeeze it together. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Release your arms. Keep your legs as they are and just drop them over to the left side. Good. You can connect your left hand. You can unravel the legs here if that feels better. For me, that feels much better right now. Gaze can be over to the right side. Think of finding that length from your right armpit into your right hip. So press the hip away from your shoulders. Breathe deep into your belly here. Take another deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center, arms spread out on the floor. That's it. Stack your knees over your hips again. And then wrap your left leg around once or twice. Squeeze everything in together. Left arm under right. Find your eagle arms. You know what's coming. Let's go. 6 clean Gomukhasana crunches. Inhale, lift. Exhale, extend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. 2. Exhale, reach. Last one. Inhale, lift, hold. 5, 4. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1, and reach. Keep your legs, open your arms, drop your hips over to the right side this time. Try to keep your left shoulder close to the floor. Maybe unravel your legs. Maybe the right hand finds the left knee. Gaze straight up or to the left hand. Pulling the left hip away from the armpit. Finding length from the left fingertips over the arm, the shoulder, all the way down the left hip. One more deep breath into your belly. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Bring the soles of your feet to the outside edges of your mat and let the knees knock in towards each other. Bring your hands out alongside your body. Continue breathing deep into your belly. Now stay here or stretch your legs out, coming into your final relaxation, Shavasana. Make sure your feet and your head are on your mat, you can cover yourself up with a blanket here. And then just surrender everything into the floor. Let the feet flop out naturally to the sides, palms face up. Let your limbs become heavy. Let your breath come back to natural normal rhythm. Continue breathing down into your belly on your inhale. Exhale, become heavier in the heels, the calves, the butt, the shoulder blades, elbows, forearms, hands. Notice the back of your head touching, heavily resting on your mat. Shavasana. Quiet time. Coming back into your body, let your head drop right and left a few times. And then begin to wiggle your fingertips and toes. Circle wrists and ankles. Bend your knees, hold the tops of your knees, continue circling your hips, your knees a little bit. And then dropping over to your right side, coming all the way up into your seat. Take your time. Find your comfortable seat here. Align your spine, your head, your heart, your hips, your pelvis in one line. Take your hands together in front of your chest, Anjali Mudra. Bow your chin to your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, for sharing your time, your energy. Have a wonderful day, or have a wonderful night. Namaste. Thank you from Yokohama in Japan. Thank you to the rest of the world, wherever you are.